my name is Sasha Alsberg and I'm at a book standstill. So today I'm doing a book haul, but first I want to get this out of the way because this is one of the books that are in my book haul, but I just want to chat to you about this issue that I've been having in this past week. So you know when you are excited about a book coming out and then you purchase said book and you're so excited to read it that either you gobble it up in one night, you read it all no matter how many pages it is, or you savor it to the extent of reading it over a few weeks and that's the only book you even touch in those few weeks, and then you end up not being in a book slump but just at a book standstill because you could read this book. You know you could read this book super fast and get it done and read other books, but you don't want to. You want to savor it because you want to make your weight of that past year worth the wait. And of course the book is worth the wait because the book is so good, but you do not want to finish it. You do not want to finish it because you do not want this to end and you have to wait for another year. Okay, hopefully that made sense. I really hope that makes sense because right now I don't know what to do. I don't want to finish this book because it's so good. Is that weird? I feel like that's really weird. Has anybody ever been in this position? Well, let me get on to this book haul and introduce the book that I'm talking about. So the book I'm talking about is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite authors. She is such an amazing world builder, writer, and literally I get sucked into her worlds. In this book, I've been wanting for a very long time, and now that it's out, I don't want it to end. And I've been reading this book for about a week now. I know that some people read like one book a week, and you know, that's totally fine. I usually did that like last year, but this year I've been upping my goal to 2 to 3 books a week. So reading just one book for the past week is not helping my to be read pile for this month whatsoever because my to be read pile is huge. I have 5 books. 4 of those books are 500 pages. This one's 600 pages. I'm only 300 pages done with it. I could have read this in one night, but me being in this book standstill, I don't want it to end. So I've been reading maybe 50 pages a day, trying to make it last forever. But I know that I can't be reading this because I'm super excited about these other books, very excited. But this book has been taking over my life in the best way possible. But moral of the story here is next week is all about BEA and BookCon, this event I'm going to, and I'd be hanging out with all my booktube friends. It's gonna be really fun. So not a lot of reading's gonna get done next week. So I need to finish this book in 2 days or else I won't be able to finish my TBR pile for this month, which I have to finish, which I'll get into in a second when I show you guys my next book in this book haul. But yes, so I got A Court of Mist and Fury and I'm having this book standstill because I do not want it to end. Has anybody ever been in this situation? Because I totally could have read this book in one night. I totally could have, but I don't want it to end. And it's so good, so steamy, and just riveting and thrilling and just phenomenal. Phenomenal book, guys. This definitely does not have the second book slump. This is just such a great novel, and I don't want it to end. So that's the moral of the story. Book standstill, guys. I think that they're worse than book slump sometimes because you want to read more books, you want to read all the books, but one book is taking all your attention. Okay, so this is why this is a big deal. This is why it's a big problem because this month, the Utopia Book Club Book of the Month is Trials of Apollo by Riordan, which I'm so excited about. I was excited about this book even before I read Percy Jackson's series, which I just finished last month and loved. But the thing about this one is that everybody's been telling me in the comments of my videos and Instagrams whenever I talk about this that I need to read the Heroes of Olympus series first. And I understand that. I want to read Heroes of Olympus first. I really do. I read the first book and now I have 4 of the other books left and they're 500 pages long, guys. They're longer books. And since I technically don't have next week to read, because I can read next week, I will be reading next week, just not as much as I usually do. I'm worried that I won't be able to finish, Heroes of Olympus in time to read this book. And I have to read this book since it's the book club book of the month and it's mandatory. I need to read it this month, guys. And plus I'm really excited about this. This is also one of my highly anticipated reads of this year because I found out about this way before I read Percy Jackson. I was really excited about this even before I got into the world of Riordan. I feel like that's so weird, right? So this book is about the god Apollo and it's about him technically taking off his dad and his dad being like, you know what? I am Zeus. I'm gonna take away your immortality and make you into a mortal for you to learn your lesson. What did Apollo do? We're not sure yet. I guess we're gonna find out in this book. But then Apollo has become mortal. He goes to Camp Half-Blood and has to do stuff there and they're gonna be put on quests and I'm just really excited. I don't know what to expect from this book, but I know it's gonna be awesome because I've heard great things. But guys, the thing is, with me taking so long to read A Court of Mist and Fury because I just don't want it to end, I'm giving up really vital time that I could be reading the Heroes of Olympus series so I can get onto this book. But my real question is, for those of you who have read this book, only those of you who have read this book, on a scale of 1 to 10, will I be spoiled on the events that happen in Heroes of Olympus, 10 being, oh yes you would be, you will be, you gotta read these books first, or 1 being, no not at all, and 5 being, you may be spoiled to slight events, little events, but you can still go ahead and read this and then read Heroes of Olympus right after. So this is where I'm at. This is my standstill also, because I really need to get this book done because I'm gonna be reviewing it for you guys. I'm super excited about those reviews, like, because I'm so excited about this book. But I'm not sure, will I be spoiled if I just go right into this book on the Heroes of Olympus series, or will I be fine? Let me know, guys. I need your help. And don't think that once I read this book, I won't be reading Heroes of Olympus, because I'm definitely reading that book series this month. I am in love with Heroes of Olympus. I love the characters. I think it's such a great world, and I'm so curious about the next book. Like, I'm so ready to read the second book. So let me know down below, how vital is it that I read those books before this one? Because I really binge read the Heroes of Olympus series if I have to, but I don't want to binge read them. I want to kind of read them at my own pace and kind of like just get immersed in the world. And if I binge read them, I'll be reading them so fast that I don't think I would be able to get as immersed as I would have. So that's my only like problem with this situation, is that if I binge read them, I won't really get into them as much as I wish I would. So please help me, guys. Help me, help a sister out, because I don't know what to do. I'm so stuck. But I'm gonna be definitely reading this month. Just depends on how fast I read those. Do I read them at my normal pace after I read this book, or do I binge read them and then read this book? I need help. And also the book club, Utopia, will be linked down below, so come join us on Goodreads. But I'm super excited about this book. All the links for all the books I mentioned in today's video will be linked down below. The next book is another Riordan book that I've been waiting to get since I came home, because I wanted to go look at my half-price bookstore by my house, because half-price books is amazing. And I was lucky enough to find one for half price, even better than half price. It was $8 of The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. This book is from his Egyptian series, The King Chronicles. So Rick Riordan has written a lot in the Greek mythology world, and then the Roman mythology world, and then in the Asgardian mythology world. And now, you know, he also has written in the Egyptian mythology world. And I've only read his Roman and Greek mythology worlds, so I'm really excited to read like the Egyptians, because I don't know much about Egyptian mythology, so I'm so ready to read this. I hear that it's not his best series out there, but it's still really good. I mean, it's Rick Riordan. He always puts out great work. So super excited to read this now that I have it. Gonna go on the bookshelf right after this. Gonna look very pretty over there. The next book is The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, and I'm so excited to read this book. This is the second book in the Wrath of the Dawn series, which is based off of my favorite classical story, 1001 Arabian Nights, which is all about this king who takes a bride almost every day and then kills her at night, then remarries, and then kills her, and the cycle goes on and on. And in this book, it's about a girl who stands up and gets married to him, and she wants to kill him. That's her main goal, is to kill him, because he killed her best friend before her. So she's like, I'm gonna marry him, and then I'm gonna kill him, because he cannot do this to any more girls. But nobody exactly knows why he does this. So that's all about the story, and like how she figures out what's actually going on behind the scenes of what she thinks she knows. And it's so good. And this book is the second book in the series, and I'm so ready to figure out what's gonna happen next. I'm so excited, guys. And lastly is a book that I see all over Bookstagram. Everybody takes photos with it, and I was like, how did I not know about this sooner? That's my real question. And I'm so ready to read it, and it's not really a book you read, it's a book that you flip through and kind of like take in, because it's not actually a reading book. It's more like a visually pleasing and Wikipedia book almost. And that is A History of Notable Shadowhunters and DENIZENES of DOWNWORLD. And this is written by Cassandra Clare and illustrated by Cassandra Jean, who is an amazing illustrator for Cassandra Clare's works. And I'm so excited to go through this book, because it's like a Wikipedia, because you know Wikia, how you go on there and it gives you like a little biography about the character and then a photo of them. This is just like Wikipedia, but not. And it shows like the illustrated version of the character, and then, ooh, who's this? Who's Charles Fairchild? Oh, guess we're gonna find out about him in a certain book, The Lost Hours. Lost Hours? I'm forgetting the name of the series right now. I'm awful. And it shows like a little biography about them, if you can see that, and then it like lets you know how old they are, the species that they are, their favorite weapon, their family, and I'm so excited because there are so many of the characters in here, and some of them we don't know yet. So I'm super excited to find out about every single one of these characters in her book series, especially when The Last Hours comes out, which certain characters from that book series are in this book, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Ooh, I can look through this for like hours. Okay guys, so that is it for my crisis and my book haul. Thank you for listening to me rant about my struggles in reading, because Sasha's stressed out because of it, and I need your guys' help and guidance. But if you want to go check out any of these books, I'll be linking all of them down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!